Okay, good morning, everyone. Let's get started here. All right, so let's first go over economic data that will be coming out today. Okay, so here's what we have today. Oops, sorry. There we go. Actually, let me move this over right about there. Okay, so let's go over what's economic data is coming out today. So today, for Tuesday, August the 1st, we have the following. We have final manufacturing PMI at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time. So in 1 hour, basically. Then at 10 a.m. Eastern, we're going to have ISM manufacturing PMI and JOLTS job openings, both very important reports. Next, we're going to have ISM manufacturing prices, which is a moderately important report. Then we'll have construction spending month over month, and FOMC member Goolsbee will be speaking. Those two are expected to have minor impact. And then we have all day Ward's total vehicle sales, which could be interesting to see if the car market is still strong or if it's getting weaker. We'll see. All right, so that's what we have there. All right. Now, having said that, let's go ahead and take a look at what's moving today. Or actually, sorry, what was moving. First, let's go over what was moving yesterday. All right, so yesterday, we had the following. All right, first up, we've got Affirm, AFRM. Okay, so Affirm was able to reach its target number 2 of 1883 early in the session. Then it declined and then returned back to the highs of a day later on. So two opportunities potentially to trade that. That worked out pretty well. We also had Plug Power, PLUG, which was also able to reach its target number 2 of 1293 and then advance beyond that. Then we had Novavax, which was able to reach its target number 2 fairly late in the day. Target number 2 was 928. The stock topped out at 934. Didn't reach target number 2 until about was about 2:34 Eastern Time that it reached that, which reminds me I need to change my chart settings. 1 second. Where is that? Time zone is Eastern. There we go. Okay. Next up, we've got no, I wasn't changing it on here. I was changing it on on my computer. I still have some of my settings were still on Central Time. SPWR was next. That was able to reach target number 2 of 985 for SunPower. Then Roku, ROKU, was able to reach target number 2 of 96.42 per share. That's, of course, topped out. All right, so Rivian, actually, I'll skip that one. That didn't do much. SoFi, that was able to reach its target number 2. That was identified in the pre-market pulse for SoFi. It very quickly hit target number 2. So that was it. If you caught it at the open, great. But if you didn't, it was already too late, basically. RXRX was not able to reach its target number 2. It passed target number 1, no problem, at 1386. Topped out at 1435, which was about 9 cents short of target number 2, which was at 1444. Okay, we also had Yell, YELL. Not a company I'm familiar with, but we did spot that early on. Did put out some targets for it that were definitely reached. Ended the day reaching a high of 198, but most of the action was at the beginning, and then after the middle of the day, you had a second round of movement on that one. Paramount Global had a very, very, very nice run early in the session. It never reached its target number 2, topped out 1624, which was 4 cents short of target number 2. But the overall movement at the beginning of the session was so nice and smooth that pretty much this was a very simple stock to take advantage of. So hopefully most of you were able to grab a piece of that. Next up, we've got Nikola, NKLA, which was able, well, it looks like some pre-market. So we already know this is going to be on our pre-market list. It's up 25%, 16.8 million shares. I'll go ahead and add it right now, Nikola, for our pre-market list. Judging by the way it's trading now, that's a guarantee that that will be added to the list. So putting Nikola on the list right now, NKLA. But as far as it goes, yesterday, Nikola was able to make a decent move up. It reached its target number 1 of 266 per share without any difficulties. Got about just over halfway to target number 2, which was 289. Nikola topped out at about 280. And again, as you can see, it's moving right now. Nikola gets $16.3 million more in grants to build hydrogen refueling stations in California. Probably this is going to end up being a pump and dump, because reading that headline, it doesn't appear to me that that's a big enough reason to move the stock this much. So just my gut instinct or my experience it says that probably this will end up being a pump and dump. So if there's anything to grab, it's probably now. Once the bell rings, there's a good chance this will sell off. But I might be wrong, so we'll find out when we get there. Next up is Coinbase. Coinbase was able to reach target number 1, 98.39. Topped out $100.20, but that was about halfway to target number 2, which it never reached. CrowdStrike also fell short of its target number 2, but only by a little bit. It reached target number 1, 160.75, no problems. 163.41 was where it topped out, but target number 2 was 163.61. So relative to the price of the stock, it was pretty close, but never reached its T2. All right, now we have, what's next? Tesla, which was bearish, but didn't last long. It was going down at first. It never reached target number 1 to the downside, which was 262.65. But that was the only legitimate downtrending stock that I saw. Next up is PayPal, PYPL. This was able to reach its target number 1 of 76.33, no problems, but it wasn't able to proceed beyond that. And then we had FSLR, First Solar, which we identified just as it started to rebound from its decline. And that was able to easily reach target number 2 of 218.04, topped out at 218.51. It did it all very quickly. So that one was one of the better moves that we saw early. We caught it just as it started to move up around here, and it hit targets number 1 and 2 very easily. And then last up, oh, where did that go? Oh, okay, there we go. Actually, that was it. That's all the stocks that were significantly moving yesterday that we identified. So in the coaching room, of course, that's where we look for stocks, and these are the ones we find. I'm only showing the ones that we actually found in time to take advantage of. So there are other stocks, of course, that moved yesterday. But if it wasn't something we could actually exploit, then of course, I'm not bringing it to the attention of this broadcast. All right. So that being said, let's see what we have for this morning. Now we already know we have Nikola, so I'll put that back on the screen. All right, so currently Nikola's up 29% on 23 million shares. So this one definitely is added to our radar. Let's see what else is going on. It looks like Yell might be there again. No, yeah, Yell's down 13%, so that's enough of a percent change. It's trading 4.1 million shares. That's good enough as well. $1.52 a share. Looks okay. So let's go ahead and add that to our radar for this morning. YELL. Okay, next up we've got QUBT, which is currently up 19.7% on 5.7 million shares, trading above $1 per share. So that does qualify. It doesn't look like it's doing much anymore, but we'll add that to our list and see if it does anything at the opening bell. All right, SoFi is slumping. This was one of the stocks that we had added yesterday to our list. Currently, it's down 3.14%, so it doesn't qualify as far as percent change. It is on our regular list anyway, so we'll look and see what happens to it at the opening bell. So let's go to our next stock, which is RGTI. Now, this one is currently up 19.24%. 2.5 million shares have traded, and we're looking at $2.97 per share. So that's right within the correct parameters for us. So let's go ahead and add RGTI to our radar as well. RGTI is now on our pre-market list. Next up, we've got that one doesn't count. Next up, we've got TGTX, which is a stock we've looked at many times. Currently taking a nosedive, down 38%, trading 3 million shares. Looks like it's not very active right now, but it did take a very large plunge, trading at around $12.80 a share. News is that they missed on earnings, and that's the reason why the stock dropped so sharply. So we'll add that to our radar. There's definitely potential there for possible gain for TGTX. All right, next up we have wait a minute. Okay, next up we have KDNY. All right, that's currently up only 2.86%, so not up enough. 1.9 million shares, but not enough of a percent change. So we'll have to skip that one. Looks interesting, but we'll have to skip it. The news, I believe, was, hold on, let's see. They got an upgrade from Wells Fargo. That was why they're apparently up. AMSC is next. That is currently up. Currently, okay, sorry, I think my data feed is catching up here. Hold on. This can't be right. The changes that I'm seeing here. So what's going on there? I think something's wrong with the chart here, but let's see. Let me try that again. Yeah, something's not right about that chart. I mean, it's up, I know it's up enough, but for some reason my percent change is changing way too much. It's going like from 50% to 80 something percent. So I'm not sure what's happening there, but as you can see, the chart's not in sync with what's on the screen. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know where these ticks up are coming from. But anyway, so I'll have to check with the tech guys to see if there's some issue there. But either way, stock's up enough. It's trading 9.1 million shares at 1570 and change. So that does qualify. So we'll go ahead and add that to our radar. Margaret, have you contacted the help desk? All right, so we'll add AMSC to our radar as well. Margaret, have you contacted the help desk? What is message 102? I mean, I don't know the code, so what is message 102? All right, so BPTH is up 7.55%, 1.8 million shares, trading at $1 per share, well, $1.14 per share roughly. So that does qualify. We'll add that to our radar as well. All right, so OCEA, this good find there. Currently up 15.99%, 2.5 million shares. So I'll go ahead and add that to the radar as well. Are you logging into Webinato? Is that what you mean? You're going into the Webinato portal, or are you trying to log into somewhere else? All right, so OCEA will definitely be added. Thank you. ABVC, let's take a look at that. Okay, currently up 93%, 2.2 million shares. All checks out, trading at about 480 per share. We will go ahead and add that. Good find, ABVC. Long list today. And also DXCM, Dexcom was mentioned, so let's take a look at that. And unfortunately, no, not for this one. Not enough of a change in price. It's only changed it's only changed 0.13%, and the volume is too low, 5,800 shares. So this one doesn't have any of the things we're looking for as far as percent change, volume, etc. So unfortunately, that one doesn't qualify. We already have QUBT. We got that one already. So far we have NK, yeah, no problem. We have NKLA, YELL, QUBT, RGTI, TGTX, AMSC, BPTH, OCEA, and ABVC. That's what we have so far. So All right, is anyone else having an issue logging into Webinato from the website? Also, I thought you guys log in going through fundertrading.com, not through Prosper. In other words, you go to fundertrading.com and then you log in there to access the Webinato. Correct? That's how everyone here is doing it, if I'm correct. At least I wasn't aware there was any other way to do it. So is that where you're going, Margaret, to fundertrading.com? Okay, so when you're going to Funder, some reason you're not able to log in. Okay. All right, I will point that out again. If you already contacted the help desk, then I'm pretty sure they got the message. The broadcast doesn't start for another half an hour anyway, so I'll check with them to see if they have any idea what would be preventing you from getting in. But if anyone else is having issues logging in, obviously contact the help desk. But as of right now, none of you, other than Margaret, is having an issue logging in, as far as I understand. Is there anyone else that's having that same issue? If you're part of the program, that is, of course. Anyone else having that issue? Okay, guess not. All right, so looks like it's an isolated incident, but we'll figure it out either way. All right, folks, that will be about it for this morning. Okay. Well, yeah, you'll have to contact the help desk for that too, but I'll ask them if there are any problems that they're aware of, but I'll take a note here. So we have that for me to share with them. Give me 1 second. Let's see, help desk. Okay. I'm typing this out now. And Maurice, I got you. All right. Maurice, and you're having TrueEdge login issues. All right, so Margaret and Maurice, I got you guys noted. I'm just sending it to the internal chat. Yeah, you might want to try restarting the computer for TrueEdge. That's probably the issue for that one. But for Webinato, restarting probably won't do anything, but you never know. But I'm not expecting that it will change anything. All right, folks. Have a good one. I'll see you folks tomorrow for Premarket Pulse. Please be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It does help us to boost our reach into the YouTube community, an online community. Also, if you're not familiar with our program, be sure to check out fundertrading.com, our website. You'll see a link in the description. For everyone else who's in the coaching program, I will see you in about 20 minutes, maybe a little less. Other than that, thanks, folks.